Avoid is on Arsenal.
Manchester say Oma prepare because Manchester City as omo. And he say Manchester City as omo there and the aka Arsenal for. And he do Arsenal for so.
Okay. And when we get there, you better analysis not to see. Then they say United for 4 years and no team Arsenal. I think they they can get the results against Arsenal.
Okay.
The only thing is that record no favor because it's been long since they won our Emirates. I think off the top of my head, almost 7 years since the last time we won Emirates. And we're FA Cup, and we'll see.
Okay.
But let's start from the Italian Serie A.
We do Arsenal. Maybe some question be.
Yeah, because
maybe
Saturday, I say preview games no. Kofobeko Fikesi and Thursday boys we need bets no on Europa League and Friday boys since the two codes. ETNS will go in that direction now. In the Italian Serie A, Interforo HRS when maybe they play in Europe against some of the European big boys they may come short kaka. But say almost go back to Italy. Now almost back against the regular Italian teams, more Pisa, more Como, more against even the Neapolitans, more Atalanta, more near the they are dominant. And then it was a proper dominant display. Usually, and I say this, if you don't watch a game of football, you'll be quick to only talk about the results and quoi.
It's 2 D and Kabaka
Pisa for the can say 2-0 in the first half. Then Christian Kivu had to ring some changes. And when he did, everything was spot on. Lautaro Martinez was right there with solid performance. And Inter for a young center for the friend Esposito. Esposito has been very good also for them. Anytime he plays for Internazionale Milan. And now they won the game by 6-2. And only on top of the Italian Serie A table with 49 points. Milan and the Dormachi with 46, with Napoli 43. They are big games because this week our Italian Serie A and it sets the tone for a proper game. And it starts with this. Yeah, Napoli won the Scudetto last season. And since they won the Scudetto, Antonio Conte tried very hard to win the Scudetto again. For the very first time, he is coming up to come and play in the league against the team or the Scudetto with them against Abrante Feno Luciano Spalletti, who is now the manager of Team Friend Juventus. And it's not going to be easy. In fact, this season, Wako getting the best out of Juve for and he has to go back to go and get the results again. He sets the tone for an interesting game, especially depending on setting a table. Over the weekend, when Juventus played against Benfica, Juventus players say, now confidence no more feeling. Luciano Spalletti, they don't think that they've gotten to that level of confidence before, and they are perfect for the game against Napoli. Any easy game. But one thing is for sure, Napoli and Juventus share either team score. Go always come to into an over 1.5, and either team to score definitely looks like it's going to be on the cards for Antonio Conte. Conte in pass, if he can get anything for a game like this, he needs to start putting on the performance. Over the season ending, the best goalkeeper in the Italian Serie A, Emano, Milinkovic-Savic, Edani Pomu, Bongiorno added to the pack. Sam Bui came from Bologna, added into the back three. And on now one Jesus as the back three. So Jesus, Bongiorno, and I bet you Sam Bui he still keeps on with his captain Di Lorenzo, Stanislav Lobotka, I bet you Scott McTominay, and I bet you Lorenzo Spinazzola. It's a very good classic Antonio three back with weight on the far side. And then in between the lines this time, there has been the induction of Abrantia Feno Vergara. Then of course Burak Elmas, then up top Abrantia Feno Rasmus Højlund that leads the line. But under Luciano Spalletti, team friend Juventus has been fantastic with the back four of Cambiaso, Kelly, Abrantia Feno, Bremer, then Pierre Kalulu, Lucatelli, Twin Kopmianes, Yildiz, Meretti, Abrantia Feno, Weston McKennie. Then of course Jonathan David leads the line for them. David is beginning to get the results. That is not the only big game. Because we're Italian Serie A. Roma also play against Team Friend AC Milan. It is a battle of the top. AC Milan the second with 46 points, 3 points off the top of Team Internazionale Milan. If they get the 3 points away, Roma, they go in the same points with Team Internazionale Milan. But Roma also had 42 points. They know that a win against Milan, will give them the boost. You see, the good thing is that Gianpiero Gasperini, as the coach of Atalanta, gets good results when he plays against Milan. And that is what sets the tone for this. But this season, baby, and Milan every ever. I bet your friend Maximiliano Allegri will take over the job as the coach. You know. They are being better. They play better football. They are more compact without the ball. Defensively, it's a very, very resolute force for you to play against. And that is the strength of Milan for them. So, last weekend game, of course, so Como versus AC Milan. Como for the ball now. By a ball, you know, now AC Milan are winning match. To the extent that even Maximiliano Allegri in his post-match press conference did mention, say, a lot of credit should go to Cesc Fabregas's Como because they were better. However, it's a very well-oiled side. And I bet your friend Nicholas Fulkrug from Dortmund, West Ham United particularly did not work. And AC Milan in the last few weeks, and he's getting a lot of goals for them. Only I bet your friend Christian Pulisic, Captain America, but all thanks to the job of Papa, your friend Maximiliano Allegri, solid defensive base, and then allows the attacking players to go on a transitional threat, and it hits a lot of teams. Italian Serie A very competitive. Also, Gianpiero Gasperini at Roma is getting the best out of the Roma boys, and the games that they played in the 2025-2026 season, the games that have been played between the two matches, and then where they are right now, there have been a lot of improvements for Roma for this season in the Serie A. Not a single draw. Every match be a Roma beboro. Either they win or they lose. It is because of the style of play of Gianpiero Gasperini. He opens up, plays the football, allows you to go for it and express yourself. It's either so and that's what we're expecting. I'm expecting to see Roma at home. Very, very interesting match against my friend AC Milan. It's probably the most difficult game to predict this weekend. Because the records say that there will be a winner.
Okay.
So if that is the case, then who is going to win the game? If that's the case, I will go for either team to win an over 1.5 for the two teams, not predicting a specific winner, but Omubia Betiniashe and Nobeshano is going to go on, and they are going to be more than a goal inside game. Now let's go to Spain. Kabi, is the Spanish La Liga back in contention? And it was never out of reach of Madrid.
Based on the points gap.
Because I said, when it was 4 points, now Madrid were going through some rough patch. You know?
Yeah.
The rhetoric was that, I said Madrid for now out of the competition. I want to mean just Spanish La Liga. No? Barcelona are gone. But just one loss to Real Sociedad. And Madrid are back into the frame. Yeah. Especially also because of the success of Madrid for them within just a few games in the Champions League and in the league. And it's just too much space.
The noise around, you know, so I say swat all of a sudden above from.
Yeah. So I don't know if all of a sudden the Spanish La Liga is back on the table for both of them.
Yeah, this is a competition I so tight. And by me fan say a month ago now yeah can say my team now I say did near one
exactly.
And the team cohesion and one can say they knew. But I say they are not and now can play for Vini. Is I say play for Vini now I say working. I say working Tino mad is there now I say umufili that power ni bi. Mad so power ne ba. Ana Barca so no omutimi ni omo competition etimi ye hit as the first in the nenke mu yate and to me they I believe say back
on the table for both sides. Who would have thought? I think say what happened before the Levante game kick-started, if Madrid goes on to change the trajectory of the season, you see the team in Barcelona fans believe say last season these things happened. Madrid be Thomas so normal corner Madrid are closing but they ended up winning it. And that is why it's a marathon and it's just 100 meters. I believe strongly, say psychologically, what happened at Levante may change the course of the season.
Okay.
Also, before Madrid fans will boo you,
it doesn't happen.
Then it's a big problem.
And Sadia no so na team nim paying for na ba abonten say anko try so betimi a contain better amfa.
Exactly at the Santiago Bernabeu.
Amfa.
Over against Levante. You've already gone away to go and play against Albacete. Well, lose to Albacete. Barcelona shell Super Cup final. It was 2 losses on a bounce. Then the players get onto the field of play to warm up versus Levante. New coach in your dugout. The fans direct anger towards the players, not the coach. Essentially to tell them, say, the numbers of Xabi Alonso then you're bad. The win percentage of 70 plus is good for every modern day manager. However, Muna we the interception factor across. So performances have to change on the field of play. And to be very honest, Gabi, this season, Vini for one has not been performing. Vini performance no, but for the last few games has not been good enough. Mbappe has been on and off the pitch, already the best Madrid main player. Jude Bellingham, he has not been the Jude of old in the last few seasons. Even the likes of Ada Gule, when you look at the early stages of Xabi Alonso, the results are dwindling. The performance no ever from Kakra, Chiomeni, Kamavinga, Dean Heitzen. You can talk about 70% of Madrid players now. Their performance have not been good. Maybe Rodrigo Goes was picking up, then he got an injury and he's out to the team again. So it was very right for the Madrid faithfuls to express some of this pleasure to the Madrid team. I think that's maybe the turning point. Because I've seen reports from Marca and the likes where there are reports of Vinicius Jr. crying in the dugouts. Who said Santiago Bernabeu staircase now based on the park and so on. Vini was crying. It's a staircase in Susu.
After fans
and you see, that is why I think that Avera Belua is looking out for low-hanging fruits. Say, Oko baby now kwa say mango. Mango nebi on my was so pa. Say, sign ya a bear when I bet me peta on San Watson. No, I can also nebi and when you also pardon. Now, the lowest hanging fruit at Madrid is the emotional distress of Vinicius Jr. and how that can influence the ball of partners. So it looks clear to me that Nyavera Belua at a pre-match press conference, post-match press conference, for doing sick, he is intentionally targeting Vini to get the best out of Vini. Okay. And I asked you yesterday, say Mbappe Nkwa is successful. Will it help Madrid? And as a Madrid fan, may sure say Madrid fans to come and answer. Yeah. Between Mbappe alone being successful, any Mbappe and Vini being successful as a Madrid fan, they're helping.
As I know, now you can say as a Vinicius Junior, our Derby Mbappe, carry that the big heart, our the containing Niema, or you emotional, but not too emotional. To say Vinicius Junior, I dear better Vinicius Junior, emanating to me more born. Mbappe Hanasa, those Ebema no aye kakra, but Vini the Obako from pa. So the best way, I say encourage Vini. To give you that maximum power to supply to Mbappe, exactly. Then Mbappe will execute.
And that means that it means that Madrid fans better say Vini Mbappe
yes,
because when you Vini Mbappe so much you are more confident than just Mbappe alone.
Yeah.
And it looks as if that's what Avelo has been going after. They encourage Vini. Yeah, man, fans.
Mbappe grandpa my clear example.
Yeah.
From PSG or Barca Madrid, no, or have it the same thing. But Barca Madrid, no,
exactly.
And
you see, Gabi, sometimes Obi Beka say from the career of Vinicius Jr. About affecting on Vini.
Okay.
Because emotionally you're strong.
Yeah.
But say player need a woo player. Where Duma as a coach is to get the best out of him.
Okay.
So if Madrid the corners are still that's so my emotions not affecting the career that he's gone. But currently at Madrid, the job of Arbeloa is to get the best out of him.
Okay.
If the best is to manage him and help him psychologically, do it. That is why Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. When El Choro was attempting to go at Vini, now Xabi Alonso catch her and he said, concentrate on your job. Neja is small, and I was happy. Because people like Vini, you don't leave them alone. Mbappe makes me manage maybe because he has had emotional education about some of these things. Jude Bellingham, he looks even like a proud person. He may not be proud, but you're very confident. Maybe I'll be try to face him. Ebe affecting the kakra, but all my okro who's at the end of the national. If you are when you plan around it. But Vini clearly allows his emotions to get the better of him. And that is why they have to manage him. I like the fact that Belua is doing that.
Okay.
I like the fact that Belua is doing exactly that in making sure manage Vini. And we are seeing it. In the game against Marseille, 3 assists, 1 goal. Mbappe share and also share. They celebrated together. It inues to the benefit of Madrid. This week, on mobile against Villarreal at the Ceramica. Villarreal in that third, that second.
Yeah.
So it's a game that you have to.
A big game.
Madrid don't get it too easy away at the Ceramica. Until for me, this is a game where the Madrid players have to fight for it. Whatever the case is. I've not been when Osha Villarreal our Champions League now the Liga. You will be wrong in your analysis.
Yeah.
In the Champions League, it's going to be a very bad side. But in the league, they tend to get the results. However, against the big boys, They have not. Against Barcelona this season, it hasn't been the best Villarreal side I've seen. In recent times. We're expecting Asensio comes back at centre back for Madrid. Dean Heitsen, Carreras, Valverde, Goulet, Camavinga, Bellingham, Vinicius Junior, Mbappe, Mastantuono lead the lines. Mastantuono getting back into this team means that there is more workforce without the ball for Madrid, and it allows Abrante and Ada Goulet to do a lot of the creative ability, And then of course Eduardo Camavinga sits in the hole to control the game. I like the fact from this. Papi Gueye will walk straight into Villarreal team. Papi Gueye and Dani Pereira will play as a double pivot in the Villarreal team with Renato Vega, Abrante Efreno Pedraza, then Joan Foyt, then Paulo Navarro will make the back four of Team Efreno Villarreal. Then of course up top Morello, Gerard Moreno, and Mikatadze also. The Georgian Mikatadze will make the front three of Team Efreno Villarreal. I think it's a game where Madrid most likely can get a win, but on my bet slip I'll give it an over 1.5. And I said the highest scoring half is going to be in the second half. Okay. Second half, more goals. Marcelino Nim say it's a big one for them. Personally, I think it's a team B will react here with centre back Barca.
Okay.
And you see, Barca then don't just need a centre back. They need what I call a defensive leader. They don't have it. So I like the presentation Andy did when he spoke about the role of Nico Schlotterbeck if he walks into the team. Gab, Inigo Martinez or Barcelona no yeah Juma Bako. Away from the football and all of those things, he was the commander-in-chief. And it's very important in centre backs, any defense, because they be only the organizer.
Okay.
Constantly, and that's why I call the defensive leader. Onobeka say Jack, Jinaha, you have a corner kick. So we Jina Winchain. They are the organizers at the back line.
Yeah.
And it's so important in the modern game. Almost every top team in the world has a defensive organizer. Name it. When you go to that Paris Saint-Germain team, there is what's his name? This Brazilian centre back, Marquinhos. He's a defensive leader, also the leader of the team. When you come to England, Ruben Diaz, they be all charging Man City boys. It's not for nothing. He's a defensive leader. Arsenal, even though they are two centre backs, Magalhaes is the defensive leader. Saliba can be a defensive leader, but Magalhaes is there.
Yeah.
Teams like Chelsea have struggled. They don't have a defensive leader. It's a Tosin in the 26. But Obeba, a Tosin, there is no organizer at the back line. Cole was beginning to grow into it.
Yeah.
Since Abrante for Inigo Martinez, every Barca team, that has not been there. I mean, Barca were conceding this season. But from the time of Inigo Martinez, it has become glaring. Barca have now switched to partner Pau Kubasi either with Eric Garcia and I say Gerard Martin. Gerard is perfect on the ball because of a left footer. I don't trust Gerard as a left back as a player. He is not on the level of Araujo or even Cancelo, who now can also play on the left or on the right. But then again, he gives you that ball playing ability as centre back, and he can play on from there. There are two issues with them. Only now height deficiencies, and there is no defensive leader next to Abrante friend Pau Kubasi. I've seen it against Espanyol, seen it against Sociedad, even Athletic Club. But the biggest day was our match against Team friend Slavia Prague. If you meet the tough sides in Europe, are very resolute, and then they hit you with the nitty-gritties of the game. You can tell. In that game against Slavia Prague, it was clear about any defensive leader. And I don't know, we are entering into the end of January. Bas Santos centre back. Neither have they gone close to invest into a proper centre back. That will be a defensive leader in the team. They need to do that. If there is ever any question about Barca winning the Champions League or the league this season, it comes down to finding a defensive leader.
And more former players, legends, Barca players, Duduanaka, and therefore Barca defensive line. So on person Champions League. I think
the last time Tony Cruz also spoke about it. I don't know if it's Fabregas also did.
Yeah, Tony Cruz I can answer.
Yeah, but it's important to find a defensive leader. If they get Schlotterbeck, I love Schlotterbeck. If I bought into form the Barca we winning ball, diagonal, short what of you.
Hey, Nandi can say yes, you need speedy.
I was on his speed. Okay, I've not paid attention to his speed, honestly. I didn't mean says Schlotterbeck in the on born ball. And he's very aggressive. He can be a defensive leader too. He has done it at Dortmund. I don't know about his speed. Okay. But of course, he is one of the names I have up. On the market, if you want such players you mention Schlotterbeck's name. There are people that have mentioned saying Ebu Konate, Upamecano, me, I don't trust Upamecano. I don't know if Kim Jamin be free buying Barcelona they are. But again, you have to keep in mind, so you need a left-footed centre back. Or will be and be paired. I'll bet me about right, bet me about left, and also a defensive leader. I think Barca should find that Femi Lopez is a quality, and I think his quality has shown. Which you see, say you didn't come out about Barca's inability to find a defensive leader. Then you see a picture of Hansi-Dieter Flick, and then you understand the job Hansi has done. Because they had dry bones near the man. Oh, that's the truth. Barca team, they had dry bones near the man Hansi Flick. Debbie. He has conjured magic. He has done magic. And if he wins the league again, Hansi-Dieter Flick has to be given credit. He has done an absolutely fantastic job. Lamine Yamal back against Real Oviedo. I don't think the Barca for crowd will think about it. Oviedo phone I think they will be able to get a job done. Here in English Premier League this weekend, very tantalizing and very exciting. I doubt Manchester United will go and beat them. And now I'm ready for your question.
Question here, sir. Now, over Arsenal squad now, and the team A, team B, and the buy
between Arsenal and Manchester United squad.
Yeah.
Oh, Arsenal be on. Me Manchester United team na same. But there's no Arsenal. This Arsenal team, they're not close to that United team. United team of West Brown, Ferdinand, Vidic, Edwin van der Sar, Evra, Owen Hargreaves, Carrick, Paul Scholes, Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney, Tevez.
Time.
I'm telling you, this front three was terrifying. Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney, Tevez. But now, forget time in my you. Tevez will sneak it in. Ronaldo 30 yarder, 20 yarder. Rooney be drop here, boss or about 10 or so about 6 or best will go. Me, if you look at this team, the only player I will change in this setup from Arsenal team over to room. And you say, oh yeah, they change our player now. The only player I'm adding because of physicality. May the Declan Rice Babe show in Hargreaves and I.
Okay.
Then I bought Carrick as the sitting 6. Then I'll play the 2-8 box to box now. Scholes and then Declan Rice next to them. That is all. I don't think David Raya is better than Edwin van der Sar.
Okay.
I don't think Julian Timber is better than West Brown. The 2 centre backs no. The pair Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes. But Oman lucky because this is the best pair in the English Premier League in terms of clean sheet.
Okay.
If you look at the proper pair in terms of achievement, maybe you put John Terry and Carvalho ahead of these two. But in terms of clean sheet, defensive jobs, Vidic and Rio Ferdinand have been fantastic. And they are right behind them in terms of clean sheet. So then, Oman lucky to get into it. So the only place is I'll bring Declan Rice here, and then I'll take Owen Hargreaves out. Then I'll put Carrick, Declan Rice, Paul Scholes, then Cristiano Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney, then Tevez, Bukayo Saka and Yabi Mo, Jokeres, Tanabench Kra, Yando Trossard, cut him no.
So the good days of Manchester United.
Yeah.
And Arsenal team here, you do not feel say Arsenal crowd with team A with team B no. What can you know boom crash the number one tier man for so Arsenal ya there no. And your Manchester United good days now no more.
Me had the team and unim. Do you know why Pep Guardiola 2009 Barcelona team is the greatest European team I have seen? Maybe teams me said that but the little I've seen I can tell you for a fact. That Pep Guardiola 2019 is our team we. Marcel Alex Ferguson on Popo bench, so you can imagine. Pedro, David Villa, Lionel Messi, Iniesta, Xavi Hernandez. It was mind-boggling. Only on your timer. Sit down. 50-inch, 60-inch, 70-inch TV project that match. Now they're relaxing. You shit, national box and qua, and enjoy that game.
It
was fantastic.
So
for me, I think that Arsenal here just one thing. Manchester United needs one thing to be able to beat Arsenal, and I don't see how they'll get it. And some more intense. They are making the word intensity. And you say Obama constantly renew 50-50s. Oh, bam, bam. Oh, press. Oh, really want back. Oh, you're aggressive. Sorry, man. I don't know if Manchester United can get that. The City team was depleted. And Bodo Glimt made it even clear. Said Manchester United beat them. But then it wasn't a City team that should be too excited beating. At the Emirates this season, he has not lost there. And I doubt that Manchester United will get it. At worst, for me, it's an Arsenal double chance. I'm not trying to sing too much of a nice song of Arsenal. But Arsenal team who can even give the ball to you, and then they will still hit you from set plays and then the turnovers. I think they're a team that they can win. I'll pass you over here now.
A few minutes here now.
Liam Rossoneri is going away to Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
And now he clarified about two or three things about Chelsea. And first is the Cole Palmer. I say Cole Palmer is going nowhere. Cole has not given him any indications of a baby. And you mean and check and I'm at law almost to say Chelsea phone view Cole Palmer as an untouchable. And I think I've explained that here. The reason why Cole is untouchable is that the contract length is too long. Plus the amount of money, only a few teams will be able to pay. Chelsea value him so much. And injuries. And he explains, says Cole Palmer is able to get fitter. Definitely, he will walk into any team and that is a very good one for him. Liam Rossoneri can say in the pre-match analysis of this game, say, Adia Bako no G2 say improving since or by in just the last 4 matches about Bono. It's the fact that intensity, counter pressing has improved. And I've said this several times here. Say, me Michel Liam Rossoneri 1-2. I realize that tactically he doesn't want to change so much from Enzo Maresca Bono. Open. Oben more positional freedom. Abia first, now Maresca catching the wingers. They say, Obian keep you it. But he will allow them to drop deep and come and play. However, what he seems to emphasize on for me is the psychological bit of the game. Say only perform say bar. And again, I'll go back to it. Obia one share performance match, who score line, who say that Chelsea brain or share performance. In the game state, Chelsea were more dominant on the counter press. You can watch the graphs. Constantly almost pressing on my back. Ideally, a Chelsea fan will want Chelsea to beat Perforce 4-0, 5-0. But if you look at the game state, the numbers and the data, the intensity is improving. And it's the only team is a Crystal Palace elbow away. Now one you more intense. One press it, one counter press it, one man diam, one pin in the back. No Jaro no Bobo ni bia. A one show 1-0 no.
Okay.
A one album was Ismail Sarr, and the Bakubia 2, then 1-1. A one album say all of these guys come in and they get a go against him. I like the fact that he's proving intensity. But this match against Crystal Palace for me is the true test for Liam Rossoneri. If he really wants to exert himself, no can say, oh, no, the person share small boys no. Now my can say I can say for no. I can say you play them once a while. But if he really wants to bring something new, he beats Crystal Palace away from home at the Selhurst Park. Something I think that he should be able to do. Liverpool what they have done last season against Bournemouth. Don't go and try and dominate play. Go in the transitional threat and you get a result. Man City against Wolverhampton Wanderers, I think City have had what it takes to get a job done against them. That is it for me. So I'll wrap up with my quotes, on the tactical board. Over Nhyira TV, you can come and pick up the quotes, Michelle, for our pen or paper. Like I said, from Thursday, he has been booming. Do not miss out. Miss Anna usually send me home message of and I may miss out and I won't reply, honestly speaking. Oko Fifi Manfred, all social media handles are. Ube a coach in that ego honum. And my start here, make sure go bonus. The first one is BW34ED5BEB. That is the first one. Second one is BW34F3A1C6. Third one is BW34F3DEBF. Fourth one a BW34F08EE. And the last one a BW34F4622CD. Gab. These are the codes. Okay. And they might for Moko Fikasi, man. Yeah, but that's it. Fifi Manfred,